Welcome to the Terror Dome. You should be heading home, cause you could bring all of your ninjas and the Technodrome. I rip right through your flesh and bone and mental capacity. Flood your mind with atrocities and copious tragedies. This dark Sabbath is a lesson in street. Behold the church of the ghetto, feel the words when I preach. Amen. Let the Lord say a prayer for these niggas, that they don't end up in front of someone banging their trigger. Living life like a war pig. Fuck the law, I'm getting mine. Let the others figure what the cost is. Purchasing the fortress on gorgeous acres enormous. Car park full of foreigners and women just waiting on us. We living the dream. Y'all living like hell is earthbound. We are not the same. You've been a lame since birth, pal. I don't feel sorry. I recommend they go dirt bound. Doggy dog world, and you've been looking like Chuck Brown.
Men who like to keep their morning routine simple will love these multi-for-him gummies, specially formulated with 12 key nutrients designed to support men's daily nutritional needs. Nature-made multi-for-him gummies help support muscle and bone health. It improves your immune health, and it increases your energy metabolism. With the quality you can trust, nature-made multi-for-him gummies have no artificial flavors, no synthetic dyes, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial sweeteners, and is gluten-free. Pharmacists around the world have recommended Nature Made to be the #1 vitamin and supplement brand. So when you need something that's going to help you get you through the day, when you need something that's going to increase your energy to help you get you through that workout, to make you perform as an elite athlete at the top of your ability, try Nature Made multi-for-him gummies, because you don't want to stop to the 12th round.
Well, beautiful people, best damn nation. We back together like booty cheeks after a Diddy party. It's your boys, the best damn wrestling podcast. I am your humble host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. First of all, if you see this man on a dark alley, run. He will beat you up in front of your girlfriend and or wife and throw your ass in the trash can. He is the green-eyed bandit. He fights people Like Mike Tyson, sometimes he bites people. He's your mama's favorite wrestler, and he get a whoop. Yo, dang ass, the one and only. Roasters. What's happening?
Yo. I want to make a public service announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teething, and my wisdom tooth is growing out of my face. Okay, and I haven't wrestled all month. So if you don't want your head punched off your body, approach me with extreme caution. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. Okay?
Man, get all those baby teeth out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You at the
wisdom
teasing.
tooth.
You want a binky? You want a pacifier?
Yes, I do. You want to put all the way back, put it in the freezer and stick it on the back of my face, man. What's going on, Brian, man? What's going on? How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm good, man. Blessed and highly favored, as the old folks would say. I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? Just walking in my life. You know what I'm saying? Minding my business. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I does. You know what I'm saying? But best damn nation, what's happening? We happy to see you again. We've been having a bunch of interviews, man, that you guys got to go and check out, man. Matter of fact, Rosa, run down the last like 3 or 4 interviews that we just did, man.
I just said my tooth hurt. You want me to think?
Yes, I do.
So the last interview we had, we interviewed Mr. Grimm, one of my boys. He's just making his way over to NWA. So shout out to Mr. Grimm. We've had Bonnie Man, a professional boxer, who's retired now. She's an amazing athlete. And then we also had who we have before that? Oh, Andrew Blackett. Drew Onyx, we had him on, a promoter from Canada. So shout out to all of those amazing athletes, and then we also had Maurice Lochner, the actor extraordinaire. Got to start on the Cosby Show, and he's out there doing his thing and making his wave. So shout out to all those individuals on coming on to the show and blessing us with their presence and all that jazz. My tooth is really
you know, anybody worry about the tooth. You know what I enjoy interviewing about some of these people that we have on. And a lot of people that we have on are not wrestlers per se. You know what I'm saying? But they're in the health and fitness, or they're in the mental health, or they're in some type of realm that we touch, and even acting. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these actors that we come on have been on legendary shows, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Maurice Lochner, he's acted with Tyler Perry and done some work with Tyler Perry and a couple of other big plays. And he was on the Cosby Show as well. What's my boy name? Kenny King. Kenny King lived out my childhood. He was on all the hot Nickelodeon shows back in the day, like Temple. He was also on the Cosby Show. He was on The Bachelor. Was he on the Cosby Show?
Probably.
Probably. You don't know. He was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He was also on the legendary show My Brother and Me, which I love that show. We only ran for 1 season, but it was a hot show, and I know a lot of people remember that, man. So I love when entertainers come on the show and they talk about things that they've done that's been a part of pop culture history, man. So shout out to all our guests that we had on the show. We got some big interviews coming up for you, man. But look, we had a promotion happen this week. I gotta call it a promotion. It wasn't really a fight. You know what I'm saying? Some of the fights on the undercard were absolutely amazing for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. And I want to talk about that real quick, because to me, I'm looking at it, right? And I was like, this feels so WWE-ish. I can't.
Because it was. It was. Mike Tyson is a WWE Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Let's put it out. And then Jake Paul, his brother, is in the WWE right now. Logan Paul is whichever one of them Pauls.
Which one of them Pauls? Yeah. One of them Pauls.
One of them Pauls.
The whole production felt like a WWE production. I mean, from the dancers to just the awe and spectacle of the fight, man. And even when I'm watching the main fight, we're gonna talk about that in a second. But I'm watching it, and I'm like, this feels predetermined. I don't know. Up there, I watched enough wrestling to know when something just ain't quite right. And I thought that fight had all the makings of an exhibition fight. And it felt rigged to me. Maybe it's just me. Best Damn Nation, you let me know how you feel about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. It was a lot of times where I'm watching Mike, man, and he didn't pull the trigger on some of them punches. I know he had them feet, man, them damn toddler feet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was like, when Roger Studio was like, something ain't quite right with Mike Tyson feet. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at his legs too, and I'm like, somebody gave him 2 left shoes. It was in his feet. His feet. He was walking. He was fighting pigeon toe the whole time.
We got a couple comments on my TikTok. If you're not following my TikTok, I don't know what's wrong with you. You should be following my TikTok. But shout out to Valerie. She said that this fight made her sad, and Mike wasn't moving at all. No, he wasn't.
No,
he had cement shoes on.
Yeah. Mike Tyson moved around like the daddy from off of King of the Hill. Not Hank, but Hank's dad. The one that ain't had no kneecaps. it just straight legs and ankle. You know what I'm saying? He moved like he ain't had kneecaps, man. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But we got the villain of the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast in the building. The one and only LP. What's happening?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Oh man, we good, Pete.
You sound like you got the flu. What's wrong, man? You good?
No, I'm good. It might be the way this camera is. You can hear me?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Okay.
What's been going on with you, Pete, man? You know what I'm saying? I know you've been busy, you know what I'm saying, shooting models and such.
Yeah, man, working on a show in December and doing my regular stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, look, did you get a chance to check out the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight? We got to talk about that.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Damn it, LP. I haven't seen some clips.
I refuse. I didn't watch that fight the same way I didn't watch Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker and Kane. I'm not gonna let the last time I see these guys be in some bullshit crap way. And I knew that fight was gonna be bull crap. I knew how that fight was gonna go. I mean, I've seen a couple of things here and there, but I just don't click on it, man. I don't want to see the legacy that when I think of Mike Tyson, I think of the baddest man on the earth. I already hear y'all talking about his feet, talking about his legs. The man, I seen the clips. I seen the clips of that of Logan. Not Logan Paul. Jake Paul he could have knocked Mike Tyson out pretty much anything other than the first round. But Mike Tyson also was not Mike Tyson in that fight. Like Mike won't you. I don't know all the clauses and the contracts and all that stuff like that, but you could tell Mike Tyson didn't throw one uppercut. If you're a Mike Tyson fan, you know that uppercut is part of his arsenal. You're going to see an uppercut. It's no way in the hell Mike Tyson fights 8 rounds and don't throw one. So I knew the fight was fixed. I knew it was scripted. I knew it was going to be just like all those celebrity fights was no different than Mayweather and Logan Paul. That was a script too. McGregor. It's all about entertainment. But I'm just not a big fan of it, man. I just don't like it. Mike Tyson should never have did that.
The man needed the money. He needed the money really bad, and I think I'm about to disagree with you on one point, and that one point is that he wasn't Mike Tyson in that fight, because if you pay attention to the man biting the glove, that's Mike. he biting the glove, trying to hold himself back so much, like I just want to hit him. I just want to hit him, want to knock him out.
Listen,
It's not his
every time Mike Tyson bit his glove, I got hungry. Every time he did, I was like tacos, chicken. Damn, I was sitting here like, why is he biting his glove? And they said, it was a tick. It's something that he does. And he said, oh, I bite my gloves a lot. I've never seen Mike Tyson bite his gloves, and if he has, I haven't seen him bite it as many times as he did during this fight. And I 100% believe that Mike Tyson was holding back because it was too many openings for him to get shots on Jake Paul. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at Mike Tyson, his feet. I'm like, damn, that boy moving like a Teletubby. I don't know. Mike Tyson was moving like a Care Bear. I didn't see the Michael. But for me, seeing Mike Tyson get in the ring, I thought he was incredibly brave to be able to do that. I think that and LP, one of the people that you've worked with before, I believe her name is Jazzy. She got a show named Jazzy's World. Am I correct?
Who?
Yeah, Jazzy. She's a interviewer. She goes around. She interviews like celebrities, athletes, and everything else. Little young girl from Brooklyn.
Didn't you do a photo shoot with her not too long ago?
Oh no, you get her mixed up with the VV show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What? Yeah. Shout out to VV. Shout out to Jazzy's World. But she did a viral interview with Mike Tyson and asked him about his legacy and legacies. And Mike Tyson was like, "What is the legacy? What is that? That's almost self-gratifying to think about my legacy. Who the hell am I? You know what I'm saying? It was a very different conversation and very different from the answer that I think a lot of people was expecting from Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? And it made me look at him like, damn, he's really a human being. And I know we look at him like one of the boxing giants and, this lovable, violent figure that we've all welcomed into our households over the years, man. But it was very telling, his answer, man. And it just made me think like, he doing this for the money. And it's okay if he doing it for the money. That's what you should be doing. He pulled out a cool 20 million, probably more than that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about the behind the scenes and bets and all that stuff. So if he doing it for the money, kudos. That man just made a cool 20 million at 58 years old. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about that for a minute. Since we talk about legacies and all that stuff, let's really talk about it, because I've seen a lot of people talking about this, going back and forth, saying that they would easily have took the money, the legacy. It doesn't matter to nobody else. Yada yada yada. First of all, I don't know if I think this was Gilbert Arenas' podcast. They got on the argument about that, and all them guys were basically saying that, but one guy didn't, and he said the same thing I said, that Jake Paul, as popular as Jake Paul is, he was not the draw in that fight. It was Mike Tyson. Jake Paul has had plenty of fights, and you have never seen it break Netflix. Like, you have never seen this many people watch a Jake Paul fight. So Mike Tyson was the draw. So Mike Tyson should have made the same amount of money or more. I know it was probably Jake's idea. Jake got, he's a newer guy, blase, blah, blase, blah. But Mike Tyson legacy alone is what most people that watched that fight didn't have no idea who the hell Jake Paul was. Especially, I know black people don't know who the hell Jake Paul was. No, we know who he is because we watched it. But most people I've seen plenty of people that just heard about the fight. They were like, Mike Tyson fighting? I'm about to watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? They were like, who the hell this YouTuber? Who the hell is a Jake Paul? Most people did not have no idea, because most people don't watch Jake Paul fights. If you watch his fights, you know all his fights is rigged. He only fought one real fight and he got his ass beat. So if you know, but most people don't, because he's not as popular. He's not as popular as his brother. His brother's a little bit more popular, I personally think. I mean, I could be wrong, but his legacy. If I'm gonna do that, you're gonna pay me what I'm worth. You're not gonna give me. First of all, it ain't 20 million after taxes. After taxes, it's probably about 10.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul definitely got way more than 40 because I'm pretty sure he got a whole lot
50.
more.
He got 50.
Yeah, he probably even got more than that. But you think if it was Jake Paul versus Mayweather, you think Mayweather would have took the low amount of money? No, because Mayweather's smarter than that. So at the end of the day, you have to protect your legacy. I feel like you got to protect your legacy. Now, does this fight mean Mike Tyson's legacy is gone? No, he's still gonna be Mike Tyson, but he gonna be Mike Tyson to us. Newer people, they gonna see that Mike Tyson. That's what they gonna think about when they see Mike Tyson. So you can hurt your legacy, but you can't delete it. But you damn sure can tarnish it a little bit. And Mike gave away a little piece of his legacy for that little bit of change, and it won't worth it.
Mm. Well, we got the chef in the building, man. We got to hear him talk about it, man. Chef, what do you think about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight?
I hated it. That fight was trash.
Yeah. A lot of people thought that the fight was trash. I think this is what it did do. You know what I'm saying? This fight absolutely made stars because the women. First of all, let's talk about this real quick because I don't know how much y'all seen, but I'm gonna talk about the very first fight, man, and that fight was very interesting, man. You had it was pretty much like a country versus country on this one. You know what I'm saying? So you had the super middleweight fight, and I know I am going to butcher this name, but Narij Goyat. I know I butchered that. I know I did. Versus Wenderson Nunes. I couldn't be a boxing commentator. I would jack up everybody's name. I was straight up. I would really mess up everybody's name, man. But that fight started off everything, and it was very entertaining because Goyat, man, he was showboating. You know what I'm saying? You had Brazil versus, I believe he was from India, if I'm not mistaken. But he was showboating. He was one of those flashy, I'm gonna hit you, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You know what I mean? He even humped the dude in the corner.
I hate that.
Total disrespect.
I hate that. That is so disrespectful.
Boy got diddy in the corner. He got diddy. He got diddy on live TV in the corner on Netflix. But the fight was actually good, and from what I saw, because at the time Netflix kept freezing. I'm like, I know I paid my damn internet bill. I know I paid my. I done unplugged my modem and my Wi-Fi like 3-4 times. I cut off everything that was pulling Wi-Fi off in the house, and it still kept freezing. And then I had to end up watching it on my computer because my TV wasn't having it. But that fight was very entertaining. Now I think if Goyat had some power, the problem for me, he didn't have any power, so he was landing punches and he was showboating. He was very entertaining, but he had absolutely no power. And I'm looking like, man, if he had power, he would be a different type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? But that fight started and set the tone for the rest of the night, man. And I think that, you know, it was a good fight. Fans, let us know what you think about the Goyat versus Nunes fight. Next after that was Mario Barrios versus Abel Ramos for the WBC welterweight title. That was a good fight. You know, two Mexican warriors just going at it and trying to, you know, really box, but damn near trying to take each other's head off, man. And I absolutely enjoyed that fight. If you love, you know, welterweight fights, or if you love the Mexican fighters, man, that's a match that I think they put on for the culture. I think they put on for Mexican fighters, and I thought it was a great fight all the way around. And then the women, the super lightweight women's match between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That one, bro, that's what you want to see. That's what I want to see when I see a boxing fight. Those women shut it down. You hear me? Those women shut it down. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Amanda. I think that Amanda won that fight. I think that Katie was leading with her head the whole entire fight, and she was headbutting the shit out of her. You almost thought she was Samoan. She was just, you know what I'm saying? And then she got that gash, and I was like, oh man, they're gonna start the fight. They're gonna start the fight. And then it just started opening up to the point where her damn eyelid was hanging off of shit. That motherfucker was flapping. She was taking the punches and she was giving them, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, they need to staple that shit back together. But she put on an absolutely great fight. And for the women to show out and show up, and shout out to Bonnie Mann, man. We interviewed Bonnie Mann and she was talking about some of the great fights. She actually mentioned both of these women. And you know, she gave some really good insight to women's boxing right before this historic bout. And I would love to have her come back on and talk some more about women's boxing. But that match was the match of the night to me. And I thought that the women, if nothing else, they should definitely be more at the top of the card and definitely start to showcase more of the talent in women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? And then let's go back to the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Like I said, we wrestling fans and we talk about wrestling, but we also talk about entertainment and combat sports. And to me, from the production to the last match, the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson felt like a Roman Reigns match. It felt like Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. It felt like who's somebody that everybody hates. It's like it felt like an Austin Theory. It was like if Austin Theory fought who?
No, you know what? Austin Theory versus John Cena. That's what it was. Austin Theory versus John Cena.
He went Braun Strowman. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, it felt like Austin Theory versus John Cena, where you know you seeing a legend and he's just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
He's not moving the same. He's doing similar moves where you recognize it, but this is the thing. This was Mike Tyson's opportunity to show this generation what great boxers can do. And I almost felt like he was going to pull off what George Foreman did years prior, where you coming back at a later age, and he ended up winning a championship, man, and that was a feat within itself. I think George Foreman right now is the only person that was able to do that. Evander Holyfield tried, and he got smashed. You know, it's just looking bad for the legends, man. But this is the thing that pissed me off the most. At the end of the fight, Jake Paul tried to give Mike Tyson his flowers. They asked Mike Tyson, who do you want to fight? Do you still want to fight? Mike Tyson was like, I don't know. It's still up in the air. I will fight again. And everybody was like, no, why? We don't want to see that. Why would you do that? Nobody asked for that. But then he said, I would fight probably his brother, Logan Paul. And then so the commentator turned around. He said, Logan Paul, did you hear that? Mike Tyson said he will fight you. And Logan Paul said, what? I will kill you, Mike. And I'm like, all of that good, feel-good moment that his brother created was just destroyed. Destroyed in a second. All of that, like, and first of all, for somebody to come out of their mouth and say, I would kill you, Mike Tyson. Listen, do you understand that this is the original Brownsville Bullet? That this man was feared for years. And I'm thinking, like, man, listen, neither one of these fools would talk trash to Mike Tyson in his prime. Mike Tyson would destroy both of them in his prime. It wasn't the disrespect alone from him saying that just pissed me off so bad. You know what I'm saying?
You know what better not happen? We better not get no Logan Paul versus Mike Tyson wrestling match. I'm gonna be so pissed.
Wrestling match, it makes sense. I would watch that.
I would not watch it. For what? For what? Just to see Mike do this?
Yeah.
Time? No.
Mike couldn't have wrestled in his prime. You think they ain't ever look at that? Like, come on, man. Y'all be doing too much, man. I don't want to see. That's just like, oh, I want to see Ric Flair wrestle one more time. No, I don't. I don't want to see.
No.
I want to see Kurt Angle. I want to see Kurt Angle come back and fight John Cena. While I kind of want to see Kurt Angle beat John Cena last match, I don't think Kurt can do it no more. And I don't want to see. I know what Kurt looked like when he fought Baron Corbin his last match, and I don't want to see that kind. You know, sometimes when you get old, bro, you just got to embrace it. Like if you had a cookout and they're all your nephews and they talking about they having a race. Don't get your ass in that race if you know you ain't ran full speed in 20 years.
you ain't racing Tevin and Devin? You're not gonna race them?
I ain't in shape to be running. I've seen too many videos of these old people running and get them muscles pulled. No way. Trust me, when they over here, they always do it. If I was in shape, it'd be different. When's the last time? Well, Roosevelt, you different because you do a lot of working out stuff. But for Chef O'Brien, when's the last time you ran full speed?
Bro, I got a Charlie horse getting out the bed last night. You talking about running full speed? Listen. I think the last time I ran full speed for something was probably because the ice cream truck went past, and I had to run try to get it because I wanted a strawberry shortcake. I don't know, and then my knees was popping in. I'm not running full speed for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I need some athletic friends. Yeah. There are some athletic friends that would love to be friends with me. Please reach out to me on Instagram or TikTok. I need some athletic friends.
Yeah, I need some new ankles. I'm just saying. Oh man!
Don't get me wrong. Now I play some kickball. We still play family kickball. I play dodgeball, kickball all day long. I can handle that. But yeah, you talking about running. You talking about running full speed. Your body's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh man.
Real quick, let's take a look at some of these comments from some of our viewers. We got So Simply Too Deep says, hello, fellas, how you guys doing? We got Felicia Freeman on Facebook talking about Mike Tyson's booty.
Let's talk about that for a second. We got the boy showed his ass on TV. we got to talk about that. Listen, and I don't want to sound crazy, and I don't mean no disrespect. I'm almost in my 40s. I just hope when I turn 58 that my ass look good. There's enough to show it on TV. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson pulled his ass, and my thing was like his son was sitting right there interviewing. It was a great moment. And then Mike turned around, and I'm like, bro, your son couldn't take. Hey, Dad, can you put your ass up for my interview? I'm
gonna defend Mike on this one. Because anytime there's a fight going on, you go in the locker room, they in whatever. So that cameraman did that shit on purpose. He did that on purpose. He could have easily took the camera, transitioned to the interview, and kept it on the interview. But he purposely said, boom, just to show that man's ass. And that's the only time Mike showed his ass was right there in the locker room.
But that was so Mike Tyson, though. I mean, just the humor. His humor was is unmatched, man. And we love Mike as a human being. Mike Tyson is an absolute legend. But for our legends, I'm going to say this: Randy Orton had a stint where WWE legends were coming back at certain capacities, man, and he was wrestling some of the legends or talking down or trashing to the legends, man, and he became the legend killer. Fellas, I'm going to propose a question to you. Is Jake Paul the boxing equivalent of the legend killer?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. Kind of what? Man, slap yourself.
I'm just saying, the last couple of fights that he's had have been against UFC legends, and entertainment legends, even boxing legends with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and
He's been targeting legends as of late. You don't think that he's a new legend killer in the boxing world?
No. He's a legend payer. He's a legend financer. That's what he is. He's a legend financer. He's paying these guys off. If these guys really got in there and really went hard on him, he wouldn't have made it past the first one. He'd have went back to YouTube traveling and doing dumb shit on. Get out of here. Slap yourself, Brian.
You guys watch the fight. You see Mike Tyson pulling all his punches. He threw 75 punches and landed 10. What the fuck?
Valerie on TikTok said, "Get your mask." I'm trying. I don't know what.
Hey, look, man. I just think that Jake Paul has carved out a path for himself that's not traditional, right? And everybody is looking at the way that he's doing things. Now, you may criticize him as much as you want, but he has changed the game in the fight world, where the most entertaining fights are from people who are not from the fighting and boxing world. And the crazy thing is he's highlighting the inefficiencies of the boxing world when it comes to boxing talent and pay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor got paid, but if it wasn't over $1 million, I would be upset about that. Because they put on the one hell of a fight, and if you talking about the most entertaining bout of the entire card, it was them. Hopefully they got they checks too. But when are we going to start seeing those types of paydays for the women?
You got to see that pretty soon, man. I mean, the women in sports now have elevated so much from the beginning of women's sports altogether. And these women are really going out here and showing their ass. You know, no pun intended and no disrespect, but they out here.
No Tyson.
Busy. Yeah, no Tyson. No Tyson. Look, we came up with something new. No Tyson. Nobody steal it.
You gotta show your ass. No Tyson.
That's our shit. No Tyson.
No Tyson.
These women went out here and get it. And the thing about the Jake Paul Tyson fight is that it did get a platform for a lot of people, a lot of these fighters who deserve a platform and was able to make some money. If they would make some good money, they were able to make some money and put their name out there and elevate their brand. One of the fights I want to talk about really quick was in the pre-fight. It was Bruce Carrington versus this guy named Coolwell. They were both undefeated, and Mike said to the producers and Jake Paul and everybody else that he would only do the fight if Bruce Carrington was on the fight. He started the actual show. Bruce is also from Brownsville, young kid, in his early 20s, and he's out here getting busy and is putting his name out there. So shout out to Bruce Carrington. I'm working on trying to get him on the show pretty soon so we can talk to him about his career and everything he got going on. But the thing that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson did do outside of their shenanigans was open up a platform for a lot of fighters that no one probably didn't know much about or didn't know anything about at all. And they went out there and they showed out and they did exactly what they needed to do. And they elevated their brand.
Absolutely.
I think the only thing I would give that fight credit for is the new age people don't know how boxing fights used to be. Everybody know how you used to have a fight party, whether it was Tyson fight, whether it was Holyfield, when it was Lennox Lewis, whether it was Mayweather, whether it was Sugar St. Mosley, just so many boxers, Oscar De La Hoya. Like, fight parties used to be so much fun, and it was a big feeling thing. You watch it with your family, you go to the club, you just do whatever. That's the only thing that this really showed, that, you know, people miss that stuff. But the way he's doing it, he's, in my personal opinion, he's ruining boxing. Because when you got people that's watching this and you see, all right, let's say you're not a boxing fan. Oh, I'm watching this boxing match. And you see that shit and you see his rig. The next time he does something, nobody's not really going to watch it like that. in order for him to get this kind of shit now, he gotta fight somebody real. He can't talk about he gonna fight Refrigerator Perry or some damn body that's washed up. Like he giving them opportunity to get money, but at the same time, he's not really doing nothing for himself because he's fighting people who are way too old, or even and then just because using UFC, that doesn't mean you're a boxer. Conor McGregor cannot box. We saw what happened when he fought Mayweather. He is not a boxer. He's a UFC fighter. So you look at how many people watched that fight Friday, when Saturday, my boy, the greatest UFC fighter of all time, John Bones, came back and ain't nobody talking about that shit. Like, he is the greatest UFC fighter of all time, but nobody's talking about that because the entertainment thing was watching a 60-year-old man get beat up by a 27-year-old man in eight rounds. So the fight, I don't know if it ever can get back like it was, but Jake Paul is not the person that bring it back. Like, I don't know who's gonna bring it back, but it ain't Jake, because ain't nobody gonna be really watching Jake fights. Like, honestly, how many Jake fights have you guys actually watched? I ain't talking about highlights. I mean, you sat there outside of this. If y'all watch this one, how many of his fights y'all actually watched?
This was my first. This was my first one. Mainly because it was on Netflix, and I had access to Netflix. I had just purchased a premium plan. I'm like, I'm watching this shit. But this was my first one, and you have a point. I mean, Tyson was the draw, and Jake had the wherewithal to know that, hey, if I fight Mike Tyson, if I'm talking that I'm going to fight this legend in the game, this beast of a man, we got to hype this fight out. And absolutely, the slap that time when Jake Paul, did the crawling thing and stepped on Mike's foot and Mike slapped the shit out of him, I thought that was a great catalyst to having people watch the show. And he even thanked Mike Tyson for slapping him because it made more people tune in. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm watching the show. I'm watching the fight. And there was times where Tyson was about to load up and he did not pull the trigger. And you could see Jake Paul flinching. I ain't never seen a boxer flinch like that. Oh, it's like, you would have thought that, I don't know, you would have thought the pit bull was loose in the damn ring. He was like, oh shit, hold on, wait a minute. Get my shit back together. But
Mike could have beat him in the first round. Let's keep it real. Mike would have went in there and didn't have other stipulations. He would have beat, because Mike Tyson don't go to distance anyway. He's not a distance fighter. He's not a multiple round kind of guy. He would have beat that dude in the 2-minute rounds. He would have beat him at least by the second round. Mm-hmm. But he could. So imagine y'all want to fight somebody, but y'all can't because you told your kids that violence is not the way. So this other person in your face, like, slap your bald headed ass, Brian. What you gonna do, bitch? What you gonna do? But you told your kid violence is not the way. You gotta look good for your kid. You gonna be biting your gloves just like Mike Tyson.
Hey, listen, Mike won't knock nobody out with them Sesame Street ass feet that he had during that. I mean, he had them Big Bird feet. He won't move and worth it. I don't know. Like I say, he looked like Hank Hill Daddy, King of the Hill. He was moving so gingerly. And I'm saying this, but shout out to Mike Tyson, man. Like I say, I think you're an absolute legend, man. And I tip my hat out for you just for getting in the ring. I got to take my hat off to you, but I miss the age of heavyweight boxing. And I think that's what made me watch this fight again, because it made me feel like, man, the heavyweights are back. Obviously you got like Anthony Joshua, I think that's his name. Francis Ngannou, who crossed over from UFC to boxing. He had a lot of energy behind him, and I was, I wanted to see more, and then he got knocked out, and it's like, how you gonna come back from that, Jack? You know what I'm saying? And I think that he went back to. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was just gonna say it's because they put all the eggs in one basket. That's like with Tyson Fury. Who was the guy Tyson Fury fought? The black guy that he beat twice. No.
You talking about the bronze bomber? What's his name?
Black dude, man. He was like, to this day.
The Burns Burma, what's his name?
Deontay Taylor.
Deontay
Wilder.
Dang,
yeah, Deontay Wilder.
That's crazy. It's crazy it took us that long to come up with that name. But when he was coming out, he was bringing eyes to boxing. But he really wasn't a good boxer. He was just a heavy hitter. So when you started really seeing his fight, that's why he started losing, because he really wasn't a good boxer. But he had the promos, he had the talks. Boxing just needs a couple of fighters who can do that talking and do that stuff and still show up in the ring, and you'll get boxing back. But I don't know. It's funny because y'all old enough to remember UFC. You couldn't watch UFC unless you had a VHS or you had a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? When UFC first came out, nobody thought UFC was going to be more popular than boxing. But I kind of think that UFC is more popular than boxing right now.
100%. It's more.
It's mainly because UFC is out there a lot more than boxing has been in the last several years. You got people that are really getting into the UFC game more than boxing because you have more of a wide range of things you can do in an MMA fight than a boxing match. You know what I'm saying?
But let's keep it honest though. Boxing has more money. I would say, the payouts are bigger. It's boxing is just, I guess it's that legacy of having a sport that's hundreds of years old. Not hundreds of years, but hundreds of years old. Yeah. And it stems from that. And Mike Tyson had always said that boxing is very political. Fighting in general is very political. But the fight world is so political. You can see Dana White, who is a billionaire, off of Fight Promotions, standing right next to the now president Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
You would have never seen those two worlds collide or cross like that in the past. You know what I'm saying? So, there's money in the fight world, and I think that Jake Paul, if nothing else, he's showing just like how Floyd Mayweather was, the pay disparages, the pay differences between the talents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? UFC fighters, they do not get paid a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? They don't. And right now, I don't even know who the stars of the UFC are right now.
No, I don't either. I don't even know who the stars are in boxing.
If you don't, it's I think like back in the days, even if you didn't follow boxing, you knew who Mike Tyson was, you knew who Evander Holyfield was. Like you had certain names you would see. Who the hell didn't know who George Foreman was, with his grill. You know what I'm saying? Like they was all over the place. Like now with UFC and boxing, either you watch it and you know the people. It's the same thing with wrestling. Let's break it down with wrestling. And I've said this before. Household names: Stone Cold, Undertaker, The Rock. Seth Rollins is not a household name. Seth Rollins is a household name if you watch wrestling. Austin Theory is not a household name. Like people don't know who Austin Theory. People don't know who the Street Profit is. People know who DX is. You know what I'm saying? DX had everybody saying "suck it." This new generation, Roman is probably the closest thing to a household name, but even Roman is not on a household name level as like The Rock. So sports in general is just not the same as it used to be. Like, you have to either watch it and know it or you just don't know. But like there is no wrestler that's a household name. Matter of fact, fuck Roman. There ain't no wrestler that's a household name like the generation of wrestlers when we came up. Even if you didn't watch wrestling, you know who the hell Hulk Hogan is. You know who Ric Flair is. What wrestlers do we got that you honestly think Roman is the closest? Am I crazy?
I would say Rey Mysterio.
I would say Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, but wasn't Ray as a household name?
Yeah.
I was. I don't. I think that's a.
I would
I
say
think
Rey Mysterio in a lot of circles is a household name, not only in the lucha world, but just in general. Like people know. But then again, Rey Mysterio comes from that same lineage of The Rock, Stone Cold, Steve Austin. He was wrestling during those times, and he made his name big during that time period. So that's why Rey Mysterio has that household name attached to him, and Dominic Mysterio has benefited off of it, whether he talks shit about his daddy or not. But you're right. I think Rey Mysterio will probably be the only household name in the WWE and wrestling period right now.
And Randy Orton, but he also came up.
Randy Orton would be. I would say Randy Orton would be close, but Randy Orton too also came up around the same time when wrestler was still at his peak.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last, John Cena is a household, but John Cena is still part of that early generation alongside of Randy Orton. But these newer wrestlers, I love KO, but most people if you say KO, they're gonna be like, KO what? They're gonna look at the several different ways that people talk about KOs. Like that's why wrestling, when they try to say wrestling is as popular now as it's ever been, that's bullshit, because it's not. Like, wrestlers used to be on what's the commercials? SpaghettiOs. Remember Mick Foley's SpaghettiO commercial? Like, you couldn't turn a TV without seeing wrestlers on Arsenio Hall show, or and not just a couple of wrestlers. You would see random wrestlers step into a Slim Jim, like you said. Look how big Macho Man is, and they still using him to this day.
Yeah, so I think they're saying that wrestling is as popular as it's ever been because it's ventured into different cultures that they've never been able to do really on a big mainstream type of situation, like hip hop culture. They're bringing in a lot of these artists to these shows, and you see a lot of these guys that are getting involved into the wrestling game more than they've ever done in the history of professional wrestling. To the point where these guys are getting in the ring, they're doing music videos and they're involving their wrestlers in it. Shout out to Wyclef with it doesn't matter song and all that back in the day, but now you have these wrestlers. I mean, even in these ciphers and these rap battles, wrestlers are getting mentioned in these rap battles, and that's why they're saying that it's part of a larger popularity now than there's ever been. I mean, even in the cartoons, they have these crossovers where you got WWE and Scooby-Doo, WWE and the Jetsons, and all these different things, the Flintstones. Let's not forget about that. So it's a lot of different things that they're mentioning when they say that, in my opinion.
See, I would disagree with you on the music part, because back in the days, you remember they had them WWE CDs used to go platinum. They used to go platinum just off the intro CDs. You know what I'm saying?
But it was more so from the wrestling community. Now you have guys like Lil Wayne and Waka Flocka and what's the one that was sitting that did the commercial with Cody Rhodes? Damn, what is his name? The rapper. They were sitting in the car. You know what I'm talking about.
I must have missed that one.
I missed that one too. I don't know who was sitting in the car.
They were sitting outside the arena, and it was kind
of. That's not Metro Boomin. That's not a rapper.
Metro Boomin. I never heard of him before, but there's a lot of these guys that are getting more involved, and it ain't just.
You say you never heard of Metro Boomin before? If Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. You ain't never heard of him?
One song. That's it.
Okay, all right. This is the song. All right, go ahead.
It's the song you connect to, but you got to think about it. When we had the WWE CD, we had a CD. That was it. Now you have WWE wrestlers or wrestlers, period, get involved in several different albums and songs and collaborations. It's not just one song, one CD. It's several different albums and music. So,
this is what I will say. And that when it comes to pop culture, The WWE has always been a part of pop culture from the very start, and I think that's what Vince McMahon built the company off of was the entertainment portion of it. And what's more pop culture than music or hip hop music in essential? I mean, you could look back to, I mean, not even hip hop, but just music in general. You could look back to like the first WrestleManias and some of the people that were involved in that. You had Cyndi Lauper that was a part of the WrestleManias. I don't know if it was one or three. I think it was three. But you've always had music or entertainment interjected into wrestling, and that's what it has been over the years, man. This huge production or this huge show that features music. You can dare say that music is a huge part of WWE from the intros to them bringing people in to do the Star Spangled Banner and some of the outros, or you have country music stars that are integrating over. You had just Jelly Roll and I don't know the other guy name, Hardy or something like that. He was a country singer, but recently hip hop has made it cool again to be a wrestling fan, and vice versa, man, because you do see a lot of rappers that are coming on the show. Matter of fact, they got Travis Scott that's going to be a part of the first Netflix um, WWE show. And I don't know at what capacity. I think they're promoting his song, but Triple H gave him a hardcore belt that looked dope, by the way. He gave him a WWE replica hardcore belt, and hopefully that's foreshadowing that they're going to bring back the hardcore division, especially for the Netflix crowd to be able to watch that. But music has always been a part of the WWE, and I think as a black man and as a black wrestling fan, it's always good to see hip hop being interjected into wrestling, man. And that goes with some of the talent that we're seeing too. We see a huge influx of wrestlers who are every nationality, descent, and culture, man. And so if they play it right, and I think that they can interject TKO or WWE or the UFC right in the middle of pop culture, and that's what. If I'm circling back to the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, that's what that is. It was an interjection of pop, popular culture, right, mixed with boxing to create the spectacle that we saw on Saturday, where a 27-year-old dude is just totally disrespected our legend. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, man, you gotta start getting your ass in that ring. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you gotta start getting yourself in the ring. And I think that Mike Tyson, he's always said, "Look, man, I would rather die in the ring as a warrior." And I think that a lot of fighters that still have that urge and that grit for fighting feel that way. Like once you provided for your family and that's out the way, what's left? Once you had all the money, what's left? And you have to look at yourself. And I think that Mike Tyson at a later age was able to sit down and process a lot of the things that he's went through that still troubled him. You know what I'm saying? That still has a vice on him, man. When you see Mike Tyson speak, man, he's very prophetic because of the things that he's experienced and been through. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he still wants to feel like somebody. He still wants to feel like a warrior, and that's why he got back into the ring, man. So I'm just saying, Roosevelt, when you turn 58, don't you hop your happy ass in that ring and try to fight somebody.
I'm beating up everybody. What the hell are you talking about? That's what I do.
Boy, what I just said.
Look, I got 16 years ago before I'm 58. I'm good. I'm gonna stay active as long as. And in fact, Jake Paul, if you're looking for a fight, bring your ass, homeboy. Bring your ass. You looking for a real fight? Bring your ass. Stop calling these guys out that's not active. That's the biggest thing a lot of people are talking about. He's calling out guys that are not active in the last 5 to 10 years. And he's like, yeah, come fight me. And like Mike Tyson put his body through the extreme to do this fight. You know what I'm saying? Like his training went through the extreme just to be ready for this fight, along with all the health complications he had going on. So Jake Paul knew what he was doing. A little sucker ass.
Who do you see posing a real threat to Jake Paul? And like, what fight should he take next that would make sense? Because I know they called out Canelo.
Man, he ain't about to fight no. I'm about to curse for real. He's not about to fight that. Everybody knows he's not gonna fight. He talking that shit, but that dude is the one dude. Again, the only time Logan has lost is when he fought a actual boxer. Everybody else he has beaten. I mean, yeah, Jake is everybody else he has beaten were not boxers. There is a big difference between boxing and UFC, and you know, he probably could beat me, but I'm not a trained boxer. If I fought his ass on the street, then I'll find a way to whoop his ass because that's street fighting. But like, he's not gonna fight because Canelo not gonna take that. Canelo not gonna take that money and take a damn dive. So like, there ain't really nobody. I don't want to see him fight nobody else old school to try to mess with. To me, you know, I don't want to put on my nation of domination hat or whatever, but I don't want to see another black man lose a piece of his legacy to this white man. If you want to keep it, go fight a Hispanic boxer or something like that. But most of them are not really going to sell their legacy either because it's not worth it at the end of the day. Even Shawn Michaels regretted taking that money to have that match because he know it messing with his legacy a little bit. Now, it don't erase his legacy, but he regretted it. So Tyson later on is probably going to regret it. I guarantee you, he gonna look back and be like, God dang, you know what I'm saying? Like now, somebody see Mike Tyson on the street before they might be scared, but now they might. I'm gonna slap Mike Tyson.
They're gonna talk junk to Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap him in the back of his head. What the fuck you gonna do? I'm a leg sweep your ass. Like I'm telling you, it's gonna be some repercussions. So when you do stuff like that, man, you really gotta think about the aftermath. I understand getting quick money. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody might ask you. That's like I seen Coach. Coach said one of the things he regrets some of the stuff he did when he was in WWE. Like I think he joined the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. He was saying it's certain stuff that he go back now. He like, man, I can't believe I did that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do certain stuff for money. And then it's like everybody got a price, like $1 Million Man said, but when that money gone, you got to live with the possible outcome afterwards, or you going back later on. That's like, you know, would you kiss a man on his ass cheeks for $10,000? But everybody got to see it, and it got to be publicly known. $10,000, you might be like, damn, I'm broke. I ain't about to kiss that man ass for no $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like. But some people might say, the hell with it. I'm gonna put some lipstick on and I'm gonna kiss it. So it really just depends. That's like even with you, Roosevelt. That's like how you saying as a wrestler. If I'm a wrestler, you're not about to tell me Big Vis is about to get on me and hump me in the middle of that damn ring. You remember how Big Vis that shit? Yeah. I'm like, I'm about to quit today. Like I'm not taking a stink face. And I'm not taking no Bronco Buster. Like that's why I know I couldn't have made it as a wrestler, because I would have been like, you crazy as hell. But that big Vis literally in a Royal Rumble get on top of a man and just pump him hard. Like,
pump his ass into submission.
Yes. Sometimes when you go back and watch old wrestling, man, you be like, damn, how the hell we get away with half this shit that they used to do? This man got raped on national TV by a 400-pound big black man. Like, that shouldn't have been cool. So the ones who did it, they got to be watching shit with their kids one day. And they're like, hey, daddy, I didn't know this on Peacock. Just you. He like, son, turn it off. Don't look at it.
Yeah, man. I just like for our legends to be legends, man, and I hate to see, I'm happy that this generation got to see Mike Tyson in the ring again, but they didn't see uh, the real Mike. And I think that the last time we saw the real Mike was when he fought against Roy Jones Jr., which that was an expedition fight, but that was way more entertaining as well because I mean, even though it wasn't like anybody getting knocked out, Roy Jones is an absolute legend in the game too. I used to love watching Roy Jones Jr. fight. I used to love watching Mike Tyson fight and Lennox Lewis fight and all these heavyweight legends. Roy Jones was some heavyweight, but all of these legends, man, get in the ring and do what they do. But at what cost and how old is too old? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Mike Tyson should have hopped his happy ass in that ring, but he's a fighter and he wanted to feel alive again. I think that listen, I knew Mike Tyson was going to lose the fight when he came out to Ja Rule. I know it was. So as I heard Ja Rule, it's murder. So as I heard that, I was like, yeah, it's not going to bode well. It's not going to go well at all. You came out to Jay-Z and to Ja Rule. Yeah, that's not good. But like I said, I appreciate the platform that it gave some of these other fighters. Like I said, we've seen some absolutely amazing fights. Just like between the women's fight was absolutely a great fight. That's a legendary women's fight. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody on the undercard who performed and showed out. Also, like you said, LP, shout out to John Bones Jones, man. I remember the first time I seen John Bones Jones fight. I was asleep and I woke up and UFC was on, and then this skinny black dude had got in the ring and he decimated his opponent. And I was like, I'm a fan. So from that time, I've been a John Bones Jones fan, no matter what, through the doping allegations and all that stuff. I've remained a John Bones fan. I absolutely think that he is the greatest fighter on planet Earth. Matter of fact, we had our picks of, and I think we can do it again. Let's see. Maybe it changed again. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do it. Fellas, you got two fighters to save the world. It's the alien invasion and they came down and said, hey, we want your top fighter. And they're going to fight our champion. Fellas, who do you have to protect the world? Who are you sending out to fight the champion of the alien race? I'm going to go ahead and go Roosevelt. Give me two of them. Who are your top picks to save the world?
Me and me. I don't know nobody else. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know anybody out there that's really doing anything that's making any waves to where I would say, yeah, I would choose that guy. Like no one has a killer instinct anymore. That's the route I'm going with. No one has that mentality of, I really don't like this guy. And I'm gonna whoop his ass. Everybody's like, I don't like him, but I'm getting paid at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's too much wrapped around the money aspect. No one has a real killer instinct anymore like they used to back in the day.
Because don't nobody want to fight for free.
I get that, but the same thing is this: if I go in there, if you and me are going to have a boxing match, Brian, and the bag is 30 million for me, 30 million for you. Win or lose, we getting 30 million. Do I really feel like I didn't go in there and whip your ass and send you home and rethinking life? No, because I'm still getting paid $30 million. So we can go in there and move around, play around. I'm going to hit you one good one just to give a good show. But at the end of the day, yo, man, how you feel? You good? Yeah, I'm good. How you feel, man? I'm good. How that money feel? Oh, man, it's nice and cold. Mine too. Back in the day, it was like, yo, you don't knock this nigga out. If you lose your fight, you not feeding your family.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think that's going to everything, not even just fighting. Look at the NBA. You got the NBA now. A damn player talk about his damn toenail hurt, and he on the injured reserve list, and he don't even play. Like they do that thing now where they do the load management. They'll play 2 games, then they'll miss 2 games trying to keep them from not getting hurt. You ain't never hear no Michael Jordan, no Scottie Pippen, and back in the days, damn well if the Chicago Bulls played the Hornets, you went there because you knew you were going to see Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like now these people make so much money, they're not hungry. Like these players are not really playing hard like they used to. That's why if you pay attention, the viewership of the NBA is going down. They've been talking about that. The viewership is for the NBA has been going down because people are tired of it. That's for one. And then 2, all this streaming and all this other kind of stuff. Back in the day, stuff used to be on regular TV. Even with that fight, if that fight was pay-per-view and not Netflix, I guarantee you everybody wouldn't have saw it. I bet you wouldn't have watched it. I bet you wouldn't have paid no, what were them old 70, 80 pay-per-view prices? Would you have paid to see that fight?
No.
And nobody would have. That's why
But technically I did. I had to get the premium Netflix version in order for me to watch it. So I paid my little $9.99, $12, whatever it was to watch it. But as far as like paying them old school pay-per-view $100 prices or $50 or $60, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have cared.
I think AEW still does pay-per-view like that, but they're one of the few companies that still do it because everybody now just do streaming. Even with look at WWE. Remember we used to have parties, wrestling parties back in the days, or with me and my friend, we used to go to Hooters. And Hooters used to play wrestling for free, and we go up in there and watch Hooters because I have a WrestleMania party every year. But now with it being on streaming, well, Peacock, if you get Peacock, you can see all the pay-per-views for free. So that's why I'm surprised because you would think that the money would have went down for that because Peacock is what I pay with Peacock like $10 or something like that a month. So you pay that a month and you get every pay-per-view each month versus the pay-per-view being because WrestleMania used to be about $100 because I used to get WrestleMania and I used to charge everybody to come to my house. you had to pay at least $5 to come up in here and watch WrestleMania.
Yeah. I started looking at the damn WrestleMania prices. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And then I'm looking at the price and I'm like, hold up, $3,000 for the nosebleeds? I'm all right. What's it different? $3,000? Yeah, for a ticket. But I don't know nothing that I want to watch that bad for me to pay $3,000 for a ticket to go see. Just a ticket.
Nothing. I
can't think of nobody, no concert, no nothing that would make me want to pay $3,000 to sit in the nosebleed. If I'm paying $3,000, I better have backstage access. You know what I'm saying? I better be in the car riding home with Triple H. You know what I'm saying? For $3,000 yet.
Be sitting next to the green shirt guy. If I'm paying that kind of money,
Trinidad guy, green shirt guy. I need to be sitting next to them. I need to be sitting right behind the commentary table in Corey Graves' ear. Corey, you see that shit? I need to be right there. It don't make man. I was trying to justify it. I was like, well, it is WrestleMania. I'm like, no, I can't justify paying $3,000 to sit at the top of nobody's stadium. Jesus better be there.
Did y'all
Jesus better be on the undercard.
Did y'all see Donald Trump? He made Linda McMahon the Secretary of Education. I think that's what it is.
Listen, I said this a while ago, and I think that people forgot. But Linda McMahon was a part of Trump's cabinet the first round, and that's why I said, people wasn't looking at wrestling as a real thing. Think about it. When they go to these countries, they had to get permission. You know what I'm saying? When you go into Saudi Arabia and some of these other countries, you got to get permission from the United States to be able to go there. You know what I'm saying? So WWE at the time, especially when they had their first Saudi show, man, that was a whole new ram of opening up business to do business in their country, from country to country, no matter whether the company was WWE or not. So I'm looking at it like, yeah, you have to have these types of connections in order to make some of this stuff happen. For them to be able to go to certain countries, for them to be able to, and now they go on every year. We just had the Saudi Arabia show, the what is Crown Jewel. Y'all say y'all ain't care about Crown Jewel, and they had that big ass gaudy, ugly belt that can't leave the country. You know what I'm saying? They was like, this belt got 1,000 diamonds in it, and it's staying here behind the lock case. Can't nobody take it home. I was like, man, Cody was about to take that bitch home and pawn that. Yeah. But listen, man, protect our legends, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't let our legends go down like that. And I think that, Mike Tyson, I don't know how he's gonna redeem himself or how he's gonna come back in the public light, how people gonna view him. Will his last fight define him?
Or if he even cares.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he gonna care because the next time you hear about Mike Tyson, you're gonna hear about an altercation in the public. Because I guarantee you somebody's gonna try his ass. So that's gonna be the next big story on Mike Tyson. Either Mike Tyson beat the hell out of somebody in the streets, or somebody beat the hell out of Mike Tyson. Because you know how this world is. Like, if you show a chink in your armor, oh yeah, I'm gonna try you. And I guarantee you, I've seen a couple of people that were trying Mike Tyson before this. There's gonna be some crazy.
I'm gonna put out a public service announcement that Mike Tyson you saw on TV was a TV Mike Tyson. Leave that man alone. Look, this is a hint that Mike Tyson still has some type of killer instinct in him. The man was biting his glove the whole damn fight. And when he was asked, why did you bite your glove? He said, it's a little twitch I have. He said, okay, but what's the purpose? He said, I have a sensation of biting. Who the hell says that? I have a sensation of biting. Yeah. Leave that man alone. I don't give a damn what you saw on TV. That was for TV. Okay? You go out there and you mess with him in real life. Good night.
Hey, Mike Tyson might be the newest member to join the in War Games. He the last member that's going to join Roman in him.
LP, eat your chicken. Shut up.
How about that? What you chewing on? This sounded mighty delicious. Oh man, some spaghetti. Oh man.
Yeah, but that's since don't nobody know who the last member is. It's gonna be Mike Tyson.
Well, let's talk about this real quick before we end the show, man. This influx of Samoans on the main roster. You have those War Games coming up, which I know a lot of people are looking forward to. I don't know, the build up to War Games just ain't what it used to be, and now I kind of feel like it's forced. But they have been dropping hints and kind of doing the storyline towards it, and they're trying to make you care about it. I think the only one that really people care about is the Bloodline versus Bloodline storyline. And now you have Bronson Reed, who just joined Solo Sikoa and his Bloodline. Matter of fact, Bronson Reed fit like a glove. And I knew he was going to join them eventually, but I didn't think that they were going to pull the trigger on it. And I don't know if Bronson Reed is going to stick around the Bloodline after War Games. I hope he does, because they look menacing. They look, I don't know of nobody who's going to be able to stand up to the Bloodline. And the fact that they're not pointed towards Cody Rhodes right now is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that Cody don't become the fifth member. I think they might do Seth Rollins on the OG Bloodline, but it wouldn't make sense if they put Seth Rollins there. It only makes sense because Seth Rollins got beef with Bronson Reed, but it wouldn't make sense because Seth Rollins just helped Cody Rhodes fight off the Bloodline at WrestleMania earlier this year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who they're going to get. I mean, I think they, like I said, I think they might be leaning towards Seth. But They try to make you care about this bloodline versus bloodline storyline. Right now, at this point, Solo Sikoa done pinned Roman Reigns. He done got the upper hand on Roman Reigns. They done beat down the OG members of the bloodline. And it looked like, and LP, you had mentioned this and you alluded to it, that Sami Zayn is turning heel and going to turn on the bloodline. Or what would that look like? You know what I'm saying? Inquiring minds would like to know.
They gotta do something, because just like you saying, it's not nothing. The last couple War Games haven't really excited me. I don't know. I guess I got to go back to the NXT days, because War Games have not excited me on the main roster at all. The matches themselves hasn't been not like the old school Four Horsemen WCW War Games back in the days that I grew up on. But I think with this, some people are saying Brock too. But to me, that makes zero sense. Why would Brock help Roman at all unless he can't? Then they saying Paul Heyman gonna bring Brock back. I can understand if they made it where Brock got upset about what happened to Paul, but Brock wasn't messing with Paul at all before he left, because Paul left for Roman. So that when people make that argument, that doesn't make sense. It's gonna be Seth, because with Bronson Reed being on the team, Seth's gonna be on the pay-per-view. They're not gonna have Seth Rollins not be on the pay-per-view. So what else is Seth Rollins gonna do? Which again, they shoehorn Seth into the bloodline storyline before, and it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So now here we go again. And just like even if it's Cody, it still doesn't make sense. Like, they're not doing good storytelling because they're acting like people forgot all this other stuff. You know, Jimmy coming back and Jay coming back, that's family. We get it. Even Sammy coming back really don't make sense if you really want to be honest. Like, your cousins can fight each other and get over it because you're a blood-related family. Sammy's not part of this family. So I don't even really see, but that's why I think Sammy betraying them will be a humongous swerve. And they need some kind of swerve. I don't want to see another Samoan show up. Please, no more. we got all we need.
Well, speaking of Samoans throwing up, man, we just had a new signing, and I know Roosevelt, you wanted to talk about this a little bit earlier, but the WWE ID is popping around. But in the Performance Center, Lance Anawahi has just joined NXT in their new class, and so we're going to see another Samoan, whether you want to or not, LP. You know what I'm saying? They keep coming. As long as they got cousins and family members and they still have cookouts every year, you're going to see another Samoan in the WWE come up. But my question is to you, and I know, Roosevelt, I'm going to get you to talk about WWE ID real quick, and then we're going to close out. But this is a little controversial, man. Do you think that if this was... All right, so I'm gonna say this. We see the Hurt Business, right? Went to AEW and they're doing well. They're actually bringing some more eyes to AEW and what they're doing right now, because people want to see the Hurt Business together and what they're doing. Do you think that the WWE will ever do this if this was a black family lineage in wrestling?
Yes.
You think they would?
I think so if it was on the same strength of lineage like the Samoans have. Like, if you had a really strong, long lineage of black professional wrestlers who were all in the same family, they would definitely do it because it would only make sense and it would only be right. Like, I don't think we've ever had a family so large and strong as the Samoans. There's no, even there ain't no white family out there that's large and as strong as the Samoans. So, you know, if it wasn't Samoans, it would be a strong white family if they had the same amount of people involved in professional wrestling, the same as black. We look at the Mexican lineage, you know, with the Mysterios and the Guerreros. You know, if they were to have kept going on and on and on, they would be in the same situation, in the same boat. Which I think Rey Mysterio is trying to do that to a certain extent with the LWO and Dominic Mysterio. So yeah, I think it was a different race of family who had such a very vast amount of members in their family. Yeah, they would definitely do it.
Let's talk about WWEID real quick, because WWE has been partnering with local wrestling schools to start pulling talent from these schools and from some of these smaller promotions. Let's talk about WWEID real quick. What do you think about it?
It is an amazing thing. Only problem I have with the ID program is the excitement behind it. And when I say that is a lot of these independent wrestlers are getting a little too excited, feeling like they're going to get signed. And because there's no guarantee that you have a extensive contract with this WWE ID. You're pretty much just going out to the performance center, and you're on a trial basis. So you're going to go down there, you're going to do your thing. If you're coachable and you're going to be able to learn exactly what they need you to learn and move the way they want you to move, and to be able to perform the way they want you to perform, and to connect with the fans, then yes, you will have a really good extensive contract. But if you can't go down there and do what you need to do, if you can't deliver this whole WWE idea, you might get a taste of what WWE is looking for, but it's not really going to do anything for you. But it's an amazing thing, because now they're actually looking at the independent wrestlers, and for them to come off this NIL thing with the athletes from colleges and the high schools and other sports that had nothing to do with professional wrestling. It's just because they have a very good following and social media, and they're the next big thing in their sport. Now that's translating to independent wrestling, where these guys are killing themselves and they're busting their ass week in and week out just to make it down there to the WWE, and they actually have that heart, the desire, and the will and the want to really do this. A lot of these college athletes, they don't want to do it. They just doing it because they got picked up and it's a contract and it sounds like a really good idea and it sounds fun. We really take this shit seriously. So shout out to all the guys that's been picked up by WWEID. Shout out to WWE for doing this, because we've been waiting for this for a very, very long time to this extent. We've had it to where they've looked at certain guys like a Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, so on and so forth, who have done the independents and done other companies. But now to this extent where they say, yo, we're really looking at you guys, so get your shit together, because we out here coming to get you, is an amazing thing. Jackson Drake, who just got down there to the WWEID, who was a former tag team partner of Javon Evans, which is a really good thing. So I'm interested to see what Jackson Drake does when he gets down there. And I'm sure he's going to do some amazing things, just like Javon Evans has been doing. So we'll see what happens, man. It's exciting, but don't get too excited, guys. Just make sure you go down there and do what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. Shout out to WWEID and everybody who's starting to get picked up from that promotion, man. Fellas, this was a great show. Roosevelt, let the beautiful people know what you got going on and where can they find you.
Absolutely. I got one show this weekend. Is Gals Professional Wrestling in Elizabethtown, North Carolina. And then next Thursday, Turkey Day, gobble, gobble, grease. Your boy is going to Rome, Italy. I'm excited about this venture. It's going to be my very first time going to Italy. I'm going out there for the IWA wrestling, Italian Wrestling Association, along in association with Sword Championship Wrestling and the OIWA. I more than likely will be defending my Sword World Heavyweight Championship out there. So amazing opportunity. Shout out to Bobby Horn and all his amazing team for giving me this opportunity to go out there and put boots and faces in the grand city of Rome. So I'm really excited about that, man. And then following that, I will be in Dallas, Texas, December 7th. Not sure what I'm going to, I can't really disclose what I'm going to be doing just yet, but just know somebody's teeth is getting knocked out. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Oh, man. LPZ, what you guys going on and where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, One Click Photography Shoots with an S. Got photo shoots going on December the 14th. There's the Cola Gala. I will be featuring in that gala my breastplates and my creations from Made by LP. That is going to be the first time I've stepped out to do something outside of my own stuff. So that's going to be real big for me. I don't know nobody in this area, so I wanted to step out, see how it's going to be. Don't nobody know me, but I'm working hard to put this, put some good stuff in this show. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'll be gearing toward working on my show, which is May of next year. So other than that, I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. I actually have a request though for Roosevelt, since I'm at the point of my rewatch of Raw where they started Tough Enough. I know you got a Tough Enough video, and I'm requesting that you post it, at least one of them on this show. I know they did Tough Enough for like 3 or 4 years. I know you have a casting somewhere. I be trying to catch it. I be watching the little videos and I be like, dang, nigga Roosevelt, but I ain't seen it yet. We know you got one. And I'm requesting best damn wrestling podcast that you post your Tough Enough.
I will. And actually, I was an honorable mention for Tough Enough. They actually posted my video on the website and was looking for people to vote whether or not I should be on the actual show. I didn't get enough votes at that time, but I do have the video. I will post it on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast group page, and then you guys can tell me what you think of my audition video way back when I first got started in this professional wrestling business.
Yeah, go and see them. Yeah, we had the braids. You know what I'm saying?
I had the dreads then.
Oh, you had dreads. Oh, snap. You had the shells in them.
Yeah.
Brian, you ain't got one, do you, Brian? I don't know. I know you've been around wrestling. You was security and stuff. Do you got a Tough Enough video?
Nah, that's just about the extent. I was just security. You know what I'm saying? I was just security. Security shit. I mean, they had me. That's my only experience with WWE is when I was in security guard for NXT. So that was about it. I wish I could have done it more. I enjoyed my time doing it. I got to meet like Lacey Evans and Ivar from the War Raiders and Bianca Belair when she was first getting her started. And I was single then. She had smiled at me, asked me where the bathroom was and shit. And I was all fumbled. So I was like, damn, she fine. I don't know where the bathroom at. What the bathroom at, y'all? So and I met Rhea Ripley and Velveteen Dream and some of these other people, man. Kyrie saying I got a picture with her. She was so warm. But yeah, that's my only extent of my WWE journey. But we never know. You never know what might happen, and you never know where you might see this face.
Should they bring Tough Enough back?
I think they have versions of Tough Enough already playing. They have something on Roku where they have people coming down to the Performance Center, and I'm pretty sure they will. But yeah, most recently they have a show. You can check out on Roku. WWE, it's called something WWE something, but they just did it almost a Tough Enough style. I'm pretty sure that they will, because right now wrestling is super hot. Whether you watch wrestling or not, it's hard not to deny the growth of the product and where it's going. And so I know that this fight that we talked about was kind of the catalyst to seeing how live streaming is going to be for products like the WWE. It's going to be very interesting, and if they have the same issues that they had with the fight, where it was pausing and the systems couldn't hold all these millions of viewers trying to watch this live event, you may have some people with some discrepancies, and that might taint the relationship between Netflix and WWE if they do have those streaming issues. But we shall see. Fellas, real quick, we gotta give a final word before we get off this thing. LPZ, do you have a final word for the beautiful people?
Know your limitations. It is okay to get old. Just because you did it when you was in your damn 20s don't mean you can do it when you're close to hitting 60. Don't take your ass out there and be bare ass trying to show out for any damn body. Stay in your damn lane. You old, embrace the shit. You use that shit as wisdom. Unless there ain't no damn time machines, just embrace your old ass.
That is a final word from the one and only villain of the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, L.P. Roosevelt. Do you have a final word for the beautiful subjects?
Yes, my final word is forcing the piece would not complete the puzzle. Trying to fit in places that you just don't belong in does not complete you. Staying in situations that you just should not just be in for the sake of convenience. It's easy, or you're just damn tired of moving on, trying something different. Does not make everything better or complete. So forcing the piece does not complete the puzzle.
Forcing the piece does not complete the puzzle. That is a final word from the one and only Roosevelt. Beautiful people, if I have to give you a final word or a word of advice, be the version of the person that you want to be in your life. Be the version of the person that you see in your life. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that we want to do as individuals. I know me. I have a wellness and fitness goal coming into this new year that I plan on hitting. And as soon as I hit my goal, you ain't gonna never see me with a shirt on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be big for no reason, shirt off, doing everything. I'm gonna do this podcast with my shirt off next year. I promise you that. But I have a vision of the person that I see in my head. I have this successful mogul-like figure in my head, but I know that health and is one of the things that I definitely want to progress in for myself. That's just a personal goal. And fitness is something that I want to progress in. And the version of the person that I see in my head, I'm working every day towards getting to that plateau and that platform. So if you have goals that you want to achieve, you just have to visualize it. You have to see it and then work towards it. You know what I'm saying? And then you can be that person that you see in your head, or be that person that you want to be. So yeah, be the person that you want to be, or that you see, or that you visualize in your head. That is the final word from your boy, Brown Renegade. Listen, fellas, we got some big interviews coming up for you guys. We got some giveaways that I'm excited about. Shout out to all of our sponsors, man. Nature Made, Brickhouse Nutrition, Marriott. I got to give you guys some more of these discounts. They keep giving us discounts and deals and stuff. We want y'all to take advantage of it. Maybe we might do some giveaways. I'm excited about it. And just to help y'all out, because I know y'all like free stuff. You know what I'm saying? So support our sponsors, man. We're gonna try to get y'all some free stuff in the future. Fellas, Any last words?
Hey, let me try something really, really quick. It's totally just let me see something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Can you guys see what I got going on right here?
I don't see nothing but your face.
All right, hold on. How about now?
Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
My name is Roosevelt Conyers. I'm here to tell you why I'm tough enough to be on the WWE. Let me give you the facts. Fact, I am a former amateur Golden Glove boxer, which means I can knock you out. Fact, I am a former MMA fighter, which means I can choke you out. Fact, I am trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It means I can break a limb if I want to. Fact, I am a veteran of the United States Army, which means I can handle myself in stressful situations. I am trained in hand-to-hand combat, which means I can hold my own. I am trained in firearms, which means I never miss my target. I have the warrior instinct of a Spartan. I have the will and determination that the world has never seen before. I am Mr. Everything, Roosevelt Conyers. And I'm tough enough to be the next WWE breakout superstar. If you don't believe me, try me out.
Oh man! Oh snap! Oh
You got the same shape as Rome. You look like you weigh 20 pounds. No wonder they didn't bring you in.
I was thinking he might need a sandwich. Yeah, that's the only thing, bro. You just needed a sandwich. You just needed I was like, damn, he's super small. That's all you need.
Yeah, I was a little guy.
Man, you should have been on the camera, constipated, Jack. You needed to eat something. Yeah.
Who the hell you were gonna fight? Spike Dudley? Like
hey, I tell you what, you sit on Spike Dudley all you want. That motherfucker made money, okay? He was up there for a good minute. He got going around and whatnot, but hey,
you needed some muscle. You needed some muscle mass. You know WWE ain't never signed nobody that small.
You needed to drink some Ensure or Boost or something.
They had Zach Gowen.
Who?
Zach Gowen.
That was a gimmick. That was a gimmick.
I don't care. Man, hey, give me a gimmick. Give me a gimmick then.
Man, I'm thinking of the first season of Tough Enough and all these people who signed. I mean, even Johnny Nitro at the time. What was it? His name ended up being? He was Johnny Nitro when he came to WWE. What's the dude? He was with Eminem. He was with the Miz all the time.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't think his name.
You're talking about
John Morrison.
Johnny Morrison. Yeah.
Yeah, but before he was John Morrison, when he first came, he was from Tough Enough. He was small too, but he had a little bit more meat. You look like Rome.
Yeah, he said you look like your son Rome. Man, you should have had a pile on the grits before you filmed that video. That's what I'm saying. Just a couple of grits.
Hey man, listen. I was a featured superstar on the WWE website.
Boy, you look like a young Kofi Kingston. I'm just saying.
Look, that's why I cut it off. I'm like a young Kofi Kingston, man.
Young Kofi Kingston without the spaced out titties. Yeah, he look like Kofi. I always wondered what the hell was up with Kofi Kingston.
That was my first recognition from WWE. This is before NXT, so I've been at it for a very long time, man. I've just been doing shit, just been doing shit.
Oh man, boy, you ain't even had no armpit hair in that. Yeah, but yeah. Well, look, we're gonna put that video on our page on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast page, so you can see that again. I felt threatened, but then at the same time, I'm looking at you like, man, I can just blow and he'll fall over.
Yeah, many of them thought that, and look, many people may have thought that, but never stepped up. I
There
never
you
been
go.
in a fight outside of the ring.
There you go.
How much did
Never
you
been in a
pay?
fight outside of the ring. And LP, this was around the time we shot the Rat Pack photo shoot.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
you had to be like 120. What was you? You had to be like 120.
I was 160.
That
Nah, that
was
wasn't
160.
that wasn't
No way.
160 very much.
Hell no,
You remember
that was like 115.
when I was boxing, I was 150. So I was heavier than that.
I give you one. I give you 135.
Give me $135.
Oh man, well,
Yeah,
you know,
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Let me look real quick. Where y'all video at?
Hey,
I got some. I ain't never signed up for Tough Enough. I got some old videos of me doing some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No need to do that. No Diddy.
And you
No,
probably got another one because it was 3. I know you didn't try it one time and then say the hell with it. I know you tried out twice. They did 3 or 4 seasons.
Because shortly after that, they didn't have it again.
So
I think they did one more season after that, and then they didn't do it anymore.
So you tried out for the Daniel Pewter, Christopher Nowinski's Maven season.
Yeah.
No. Maven was the
Daniel
first
Pewter.
one, right?
Daniel Pewter season. That was the last season they had.
That was the last one. Yeah, when they beat the shit out of them. That could have been you getting the shit beat out of you.
That could have been you getting the hell beat out of you by Bob Holly.
I know about respect. Fuck no, shit.
Yeah, that could have been you getting vandalized by Bob Holly in the ring.
And Ben White, Eddie Guerrero.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh man. Well, listen, we got to see some more footage, man. Roseman, he been around since wrestling started, Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Look, where did all this come from, man? This ain't no filter or nothing. This is real.
They ain't called him the father of the narrative for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I've been around for a long time.
Put that on the page. You gotta put that video up on the page. Let the nation check this out.
Oh man. Well, this was a great show, fellas. Appreciate you showing that, Roosevelt. I take my hat off to you, man. If I had one on, I tip my hat off to you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got to go. Beautiful people, thank you for joining us. If you're in Radio Land on Pandora, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Audible, wherever you get your podcast, you can listen to the boys at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Continue to support us. Continue to follow us on all of our pages. You can check out our Instagram at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. You can check out our Facebook group, Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. We got a Facebook page, the BD Wrestling Podcast. You can go over on X or Twitter, as it was formerly called, at Best Damn Crew. We got a Twitch, the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. We even got a TikTok that we barely get on that bitch, but it's Best Damn Wrestling Crew. And you can go to our website, www.thebestdamnwrestlingstore.com, or go to the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.com to check out your boys and see everything that we got going on. Man, fellas, it's always a pleasure and an honor to have you guys on this podcast and this platform. Next year, we are poised for growth in some big things. We got some bigger interviews come up. Got some more giveaways. So continue to follow us. Continue to support us individually and together. Thank you for watching the show. Shout out to the truckers. LP.
Yeah.
I want you to end the show.
All right, people, it is time for us to get the hell up out of here. Thank y'all for joining us, and catch us next week on the next Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Peace out.
We bid you adieu.